As we talked about yesterday, Dave Rubin is back on the grid, as he calls it. He went off the grid to give his brain a break, and he came back, and he has now decided that basically, he's an atheist. He's someone who is an atheist. He doesn't believe in God, and now he is seeming to backtrack on it because of his audience not being very much atheistic and a lot of his guests being religious, like Dennis Prager and a lot of other rabbis and people like that. Now, what the clip you guys are about to see here is Dave Rubin talking about how he's basically going to kind of walk back quite a bit on his atheism, basically so that he can get more Patreon money, because it has gone down by a few thousand. It went down by about 4,000 a month. Some of that was from Lawrence Southern patrons. But anyways, check this out.
Okay, well, let me address something else. So I guess a few of you are saying that I've said I'm an atheist in conversations with guests. So that's what I'm saying, is that I had never said it before. I'm 99% sure, and anyone is welcome to correct me on this, that I had never said it publicly until my interview with Peter Boghossian, the first one, which I think was in, if I'm not mistaken, it was in October or November. 99% sure it was November of 2015. I think that was the first time I had ever said it. I was always happy to have the conversations with atheists and all that stuff. What I'm saying now is I'm not making any major change other than I'm just saying, do I think that there's possibly some things that I believe in that I can't quite explain, that I just can't quite explain? I'm not even sure what they are. I think that's possible. And I don't think that's a mark on my intellect or anything like that. I think a lot of us have these sort of these idiosyncratic little things popping around in our head that don't all fully line up all the time. And I'll come back and talk about this more and get the right people on to talk about it more. It's just something that's been bouncing around. I sort of got pinned into saying I was an atheist because I had all these people on, and by default, if you don't believe in something, Peter Boghossian and I talked a bit about the difference between atheism and agnosticism. I don't want to get too lost in that right now, but I kind of got pinned into it. And one of the things that I was thinking in this last month, which is why I'm glad you asked this question, and I'll have some people on to discuss it a little bit further, is there are probably things that I believe that I can't prove. So I'll just give you an easy one that people use as an example. Look, if you say, well, do you love your mother? Well, everyone says yes to that, but how do you prove that? How do you actually prove that? Is that actually provable? I don't know. But what I would say is I did think there were a few times, again, because I was in this place of real gratitude to you guys and allowing my brain to just kind of breathe a little bit more and all that stuff. I was thinking that there are things probably that I believe that I can't necessarily quite explain or that I wonder about or whatever.
Support independent progressive media by leaving a subscription down below. Leave a like and share the video. Help us out on Patreon, or you can donate in other ways. Links are in the description down below. We are fighting Trump tooth and nail, and we will continue to do so with your help.